Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, my friends. Janet Parks here, and I'm excited to jump in tonight's training. And today we're going to be talking about how to increase your views and your overall engagement with Instagram Reels. We're not going to be talking about TikTok. We're not going to be talking about YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. I know there's like so many different forms of short form video now. More specifically, we're going to be talking about Reels, okay? I love this topic because I will tell y'all, if you guys, I know I made a post last Monday. Some of you guys were asking me, are you still going to be doing solutions for sellers? And are you still in network marketing? Yes, I'm still doing all those things. However, I have decided, given the climate of the economy, that I was going to branch out and add an additional way that I can impact people and help people because we have experience in it. So if you want to know some more information on that, follow my Janet E. Parks Instagram account. Again, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. However, I know that there's other ways that people can really monetize online as well beyond just direct sales and network marketing. We've been doing it for the last 5 years. So we are living proof of that as well. And so we're going to be teaching a lot of the things that we have demonstrated in this group, in our email list, in our other Instagram account over the last few years. And we're going to be really teaching that kind of in depth on my personal Instagram account. So if you want to go follow that, it's Janet E. Parks. Go check it out. And you can kind of see some of the things that I'm going to actually be teaching tonight as far as how I was able to increase my Reels views and engagement. Now, let me just throw this out there, guys. I have never been a, let's just say, guru when it comes to Instagram Reels. Instagram, and let me know if you can kind of agree with this. Let me ask you this. What is your main platform that you tend to focus on? Comment that in the comment section, because for me, when I first started online, it was Facebook. Facebook was my main place. I had an Instagram account, which was Janet E. Parks, right? But I never really used it, right? Like I just kind of posted just to post in there. I never knew how to use it. So I never really concentrated on it. What I did though is focus in on one platform, which was Facebook, for a long time. And that is why we were able to create the success that we have, was because we focused on one thing at a time. So if there's anybody out there that's like, where do I need to go? I've had this question asked me, even tonight on some of the posts, like, I don't know which one to really focus on. One at a time. Where are your people hanging out? Where are your target audience hanging out, right? Where are your customers hanging out at? Where do you have a start of a following? Focus on that, master it before you move on to something else. Now, if you've heard something different from a different trainer, that's fine. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just sharing what, from personal experience, what is good for you, right? Because sometimes it's hard to be able to grow something when you have your attention in a million different places. Does that make sense? Versus just focusing in on one thing, growing that, and then just making sure that that's the thing, right? Like that's the place. And then as you have mastered that, once you've mastered it, you've got it automated, maybe you've got some good things going, you're making a great income, maybe, then you can start kind of branching out and learning something new to kind of add to it, right? So just a piece of advice there. Now with tonight's training, I want to show you a little bit of what I've been learning with Instagram Reels. You guys know that I keep it very transparent here. If I'm not an expert in something, I will let you know I am not an expert in something. Instagram has always been like an animal to me. Okay. It's just been this thing where I just never learned it all the way. But TikTok was really my area, right? That was the platform that I went from Facebook to TikTok, and TikTok skyrocketed. And when I really focused in on it, it did very, very well. And even to this day, I get people from TikTok looking at products, filling out my forms. It's not dead. However, it's just not been my area of focus. Okay. Now, the reason why Instagram has been an area of focus is a couple reasons. Number one, Instagram is a great place for you to be able to sell, okay, and make sales. However, people are not using it right. People are using Instagram like it is a outreach platform, when in reality, it is a nurturing platform, okay? It took me a while to understand what that actually meant. So here's the difference, right? For those of you that are like, I don't know which one to be on, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels. Here you go. Here's kind of the differences, all right? Number one, when it comes to TikTok, TikTok has the ability to make the average person go viral. Okay. It has a very big focus in on smaller accounts. And when you can post something that is interesting and valuable, or even just funny, right? It has the ability to put you in front of a ton of people in a short period of time, which is why you see the most random of people just go viral, right? I mean, it's got that virality factor, which is why it's so attractive to so many people. I actually had a friend, she might be watching this training now, but she lives down the street from me. And she her TikTok is, I gotta find out like the exact name of her TikTok. I know it's her first and last name, but I don't know if there's anything in between it. But her TikTok, she posted a ring, like she has like the ring camera that's like that shows her driveway. And so she posted a really funny TikTok of her and her husband. It was just a really funny moment. And since then, it's gone up to like 3 million views, right? And it was just like this funny, like maybe 15-second video. There was no value to it. It was just funny, right? It was just a funny video. So just to kind of give you that as an example, right? You can post the most random of videos on that platform, and it's very possible that it could go viral, right? So when it comes to Instagram, though, Instagram is completely different. Instagram is a nurturing platform, which means that it's kind of a catch-all platform. The goal is for you to build a sense of community and take care of your people and give them value. And it's when I say catch-all, the goal is to utilize other platforms and invite them into your Instagram so that it does grow. And then in unison, as you are doing that and as you are nurturing and building that sense of community, the Instagram platform itself will also put you in front of the right people. Okay. So it's a little bit more catered to people that are in business, that are looking for their right target audience, people that have something of value, like services and products that they want to sell, right? And it's a great place for you to invite your VIP group members or people that follow you on Facebook or any other platform so that you can nurture them. You can grow within the Instagram platform and it can put you in front of the right people, but you have to do it right. And so I'm going to share a few things with you. Now, I'm going to preface this also with there's an insane criteria that I refuse to do, okay, that I have heard is very insane. And I'll give you kind of a brief example. They say it's the requirement for growth, but I'm seeing that you don't need to go fully insane on that platform for it to actually grow. And what I mean by insane is I mean like, you know, there's basically a criteria, long story short, there's basically a criteria that has been released on Instagram that you have to post your stories from this time to this time, and then the afternoon this time to this time, and then the evening this time to this time. You have to post this many reels a day from this time to this time, and this time to this time, this time to this time. And for me, it's like, there's no way, Jose, right? It's like a long list of, that's why I call it insane. Like there's an insane criteria, and then there's another one where it's like what I'm doing, which is realistic. Okay. Simple tips that I'm going to give you tonight. I'm going to give you really 3 simple tips that have increased my engagement. I've grown 100 followers over the last week, which is exciting. Okay. I've gotten a few people on my wait list, which is really exciting for this thing that I'm doing on that account. Again, you don't have to follow if you don't want to. You can go check it out and just see how I'm posting so you can kind of see the difference. But really, what I'm going to teach you tonight is really 3 key points, okay? Besides the fact that Instagram is a nurturing platform, which, by the way, I have my notes here, so I'm looking this way, but it's a nurturing platform. There's 3 key things that you want to pay attention to. Number 1, community. Instagram is a place where you are building a community, all right? Number 2, engagement, okay? People saving your posts, sharing your posts, commenting on your post, liking your posts. Number 3, just making sure that you're posting good content, good quality content that fits within your niche. Okay. If you're posting about 11 different things that have nothing to do with each other, Instagram is not the best place to do that. Whereas TikTok, you could post about hoodawuddy, whatever you want, right? You can post about your dog one day. You can post about, you making $1 million or something the next day, right? TikTok is a completely different animal than Instagram. There's There's a lot of differences between the two. When it comes to Instagram, you have to stay consistent with your theme, with your niche, who you're talking to, and what problems you solve. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive into these 3 tips. I'm not going to make this very long. Okay, here we go. So let's start with the first tip. All right. Number 1 is mix of medium. So when it comes to your Instagram account, make sure that you're not just posting reels back to back. Instagram likes the diversity. And right now, they really are emphasizing the different types of posts. So, for example, a static post where it was just a picture, right, with a caption. That used to be like the main deal on Instagram until TikTok came out, and then Instagram needed to make reels to compete with TikTok. But since then, they've pivoted a little bit, and they're stressing importance on static posts as well as carousels as well as reels. Okay. So if that sounds overwhelming for you, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to make a carousel, Janet. I don't even know. I'm not great at reels yet. That's okay. That's totally all right. Carousels, you don't have to do them every day. For me, I might do them once every 2 weeks type deal. Okay. When it comes to static posts, I might do them once every so often. Okay. Like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks as well. My main priority though is going to be reels. Okay. So that's just my strategy. You don't have to steal my strategy. You can if you want to. Or if you find something that's working great for you, feel free to share in the comments. Like if you're using Instagram, as I have mentioned in the beginning of this training, I'm not a guru when it comes to Instagram. I am learning. I've taken some classes recently as well, and I've been seeing the results of it. All greens, my engagement is up, everything is up, my views are up, my followership, I guess, as I mentioned, is up. So it's going in the right direction, and I'm getting a really good response for what I am doing. Okay. So that's number 1, though, mix of medium, reels, carousels, and static posts. Number 2, okay, this is going to answer a lot of questions when it comes to the trending sounds, right? Some people are like, do I need to do trends? You can do trends. You don't need to do them all the time, but here's what's been helpful for me. I have been using a lot of trending sounds, which, by the way, if you don't know how to find a trending sound, when you go on your Instagram, click on the Instagram icon at the very bottom. Okay. And then it'll take you on the Instagram scroll hole. So you can just like do this on your phone and you can see all the different videos and listen to the sounds. Bottom right hand corner, you're going to see the music. When you hit the music, it's going to show you at the very, very top of your screen how many people have used that sound. So some of them will say, 100,000 reels, or others will say, 4,000 reels, right? And then right below that, you're going to see all the different users that have used that sound. And you can simply just click on those reels or tap on those reels and check them out and see how other people are utilizing them. So I recommend doing that. Whatever sound you pick, go see how other people are using it, because it's going to give you some ideas. But here's what's something that I learned that it's giving me the really, really good results. Okay. Don't just pick any trending sound. Okay. Anything that's above 10 to 15,000, try not to use it, because at this point it might be a little oversaturated. Now that sounds like a small number, but I learned that if you can use the sounds that are within 1 to 4,000 uses, that you're going to have a higher probability of it being pushed to your people. Okay. Being pushed to the right people, and then more people are going to see it. Okay. So there's your little hack when it comes to your trending sounds. Okay. So 1K to 4K uses. All right. Here's my third tip, and I might even slip in one more because I just thought of one that's really good. Okay, so my third tip is storytelling content. Tell stories. There is no better way. If you were asking earlier in the training about how to build a sense of community, here's the best way to do it. Storytelling. Tell a story. People are into storytelling. Again, if you're following me on that Instagram account, I have been doing that on almost every reel, and you can see kind of the differences in the viewership and the engagement. Now, it's not up to like 1 million views, so don't get on me like, Jenna, you got like 1,000 views on some of these things. That's an improvement for me, because Instagram has never been an area of focus for me. But I have been seeing the response that is so, so different with storytelling reels. And I've even done it in a sequence where you have a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. It starts from one to the next, to the next, to the next. If you can focus on storytelling that helps build your authority in your niche, even better, because you're wanting to really build trust with people on Instagram. Okay. And so, in order for you to build trust on Instagram and build that know, like, and trust factor, in order for you to kind of get to that point, also, whenever you release something people actually purchase, you have to focus in on like revealing who you are, right? Who you are, how you got started, and just taking people on that journey when it comes to your story. Okay. So, storytelling content, take people on that journey. Don't just sell products. You want to sell your story. That's like the number one thing. If you are starting on Instagram for the very first time, number one tip to give you, start with telling stories. That is how people will connect with you. That is how people will want to follow you. And stories are the most memorable thing that you can make, right? It's what it's really what sets you apart from everybody else, because nobody has the same story. Graphics can be copy pasted, captions can be copy pasted, right? But stories cannot. Stories are the one thing, just like you, right? You telling your story is the one thing that cannot be copy pasted. Okay. So if you want to see some examples of that, like I said, go check out my Instagram. As I have mentioned, I am still learning, being transparent about that, but I've already seen kind of improvement on that. All right. All right. So here's the last tip that I was going to give you beyond the storytelling content. I know I was going to say 3, but this 4th one's really huge. Okay. The 4th tip is focus in on videos that are 5 to 6 seconds long. Okay. Now that sounds like nothing, but if you can focus in on making those types of reels, here's what's so awesome. If you can make your reel 5 to 6 seconds long, and you can make your caption, let's say it's a storytelling caption, decently long, what happens is your views are going to increase 2 to 3 times. And here's why. When someone watches your video that's only 5 to 6 seconds long, they're going to watch your video and then they're going to go into your caption, which is going to keep your video playing in the background, right? So as they are reading your caption, if it's long enough, it's going to continue playing in the background. Does that make sense? That's going to boost your views. And if you do that with storytelling content, you're going to, and especially if you end it with a good call to action, you're going to see that engagement increase for yourself as well, because now they're connecting with you, they're reading your story, they're learning about you, and they're going to be more prone to want to engage with you, want to leave a comment, want to heart, maybe save it, maybe even share it with their friends. Does that make sense? You just need to make sure that you have a good call to action to instruct them to do so. Okay. So for the people that actually read all the way through your caption, those are going to more than likely be the people that are going to respond to your Instagram reel. Does that make sense? Okay. That's my last tip for you guys. I didn't want to make this too long. I hope that you guys found these tips helpful. And just to let you all know, if for those of you that are just like getting started with reels, maybe you started with reels at one point, maybe, you've been kind of dabbling with it, but you haven't really seen a ton of results from them, or you're just wanting to kind of get a little bit more in-depth learning when it comes to reels in general. I want to encourage you guys to check out our Simply Sustainable Academy membership. Okay. We have added a new content calendar to one of our content tools that gives you not only the real ideas, but we're also adding a mini course to the Simply Sustainable Academy members, and it is called the Real Simple Video Bootcamp. So if you've taken that in the past, you're now going to be able to have access to that in your Simply Sustainable Academy membership. And we're going to have a lot more tools that we're going to be continuously adding, even beyond the summer as we go into the fall. Okay. So there's going to be some great tools added there. So for those of you that really want to kind of learn this, I'm going to also be interviewing somebody in September. I'm lining up my people. I'm interviewing somebody for those of you that want to maybe learn TikTok, right? For those of you that are not maybe experts on Instagram, maybe some of you are trying to really get to know TikTok. I have I've known her, but her TikTok completely blew up, this person that I know, and she's in network marketing, and she's going to be sharing some amazing tips and great value in the middle of September somewhere. I think it's the 18th is where we have our interview together. I have to look at the calendar, but she's going to be sharing how she grew her account from 0 to 191,000 followers. So, and she creates really, really great content. Talk about value content where you're just not constantly selling, that you're just giving your audience value. She's going to be sharing how to do that on a TikTok, so which is awesome. Okay, so if you're interested in doing that, that exclusive interview is going to be again in the Simply Sustainable Academy membership, September 18th. So don't miss that. Tomorrow night, last key reminder here, tomorrow night, for those of you that are in the Academy, we're going to be doing our Open Academy coaching call. So I'm going to have to rest up my voice. Tomorrow night, we are going to be hopping on a Zoom call. So once a month, the last Monday of the month in the Academy, I go on a Zoom call, and some of the students that are in the Academy will hop on. It's voluntary. You don't have to hop on if you want to, but if you have questions about your business, content, anything that you really need, that you just need somebody to talk to about, right? You can hop on a Zoom call with me for 45 minutes and ask your questions. So don't miss out on that. If you hop in today, you can also get that 14-day trial, and then join us tomorrow night for our Zoom call. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for hopping on tonight. Happy Sunday. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys again. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye, friends.